This patient was had some extractions done on the lower left quadrant 5.5 months ago in sites number, let's see, this is 18, 19, and 20 from what the referral dentist told me. So here's a CT image, and I'm going to turn off the CT scan after they're stitched. He did all the stitching and sent me this case. And I'm going to add initially some teeth here, see what 3 teeth would look like. Let's see, this would be 18. I guess we're going to treat this back molar like a wisdom tooth. I'm going to add 19. And then we're going to add tooth number 20. And whenever you select these teeth, again, once you click add tooth, you can click the size of the tooth, how large it is. Click the tooth. You can change all these dimensions if you're still not happy with it. Once you select, you can always change the width in the software or go back in and edit the tooth. You can double click on the tooth and press replace tooth if you want to and change the size. So I'm going to kind of eyeball these and make sure that they're level with the occlusal plane. That looks about right. So this is just based off of this one image. I don't have an opposing in here. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll lock all these, turn on the DICOM data, start adding in our implants. And what we'll do is zoom in on here. It looks pretty good from the panoramic view. So we'll do add implant, mandible, probably like around a 4.5 millimeter. We're going to select a Biomax 5 by, let's say, 10. Have not measured to the nerve yet. We need to do two before I do any of this is find our nerve. So we'll click on add nerve, detect. And that worked out pretty perfect. So going back to this, we seem to be actually very, very good compared to our nerve. And then we'll do is we'll add another implant. For this, I'll add a 4.3 by 10 would be fine. Change the angle just a hair. And now what we can do is, I mean, I think everybody's okay with this image. And what we can do is look at it from a prosthetic standpoint, turn off this surface, and fortunately it's coming out through the occlusal surface of both of these teeth. Fairly happy with this. We could change this angle just a little bit more. Bring in this implant a little bit further mesial, or even changing this angle. So we can rotate this around. This is a subcrestal placement. And in comparison with the tooth in front of it, like that view. And again, this tooth as well, or this implant as well. So now to make our surgical guide, all we'll do is we will lock our implants, turn on our guide tubes. We're going to do Blue Sky Bio Pilot Kit. And then we are going to turn off our teeth. Click on this button. And now all we have to do is design our surgical guide. So, and I always like to double check and look at it like this to make sure I'm happy with it. And it looks good. So for things like this, for distal extensions, I always like to have a rest on a distal tooth. If I can't, I'll usually segment this area and try to get a bone guide. So make a full incision, let the guide sit on the bone, not the soft tissue. Let's see. So guide panel. and then we'll make sure it's clicked on mandibular anatomy. We'll press draw curve, hold down shift at least to the midline. Edit curve. I'm happy with this. And in this, usually the standard or the default is 3 millimeter guide thickness. And I want to show if you want to change this to a 2.5, or even if you want to make something smaller, a 2.0 guide thickness, you could also do that, and then press create surgical guide. Now, if you're printing with a Robox, you'll need to increase the guide tube thickness by 0.1 millimeters. If you're printing it on a Moonray or a Form 2, this will be sufficient. So you can see it's not as thick of a guide. If you're going to have trouble getting this in and out of a patient's mouth, if it more towards the posterior, I tend to decrease the guide thickness to 2 millimeters as opposed to 3 millimeters. It's just easier to get it in and out of patient's mouth than distal extension. So that's it. Basically, just save this as is. This can now be 3D printed in resin or engine clear on a Robox. Thanks so much for watching. Please write a review or leave any comments below. Thanks.